With the heat wave that came through here last week, we've got a few bare spots in our garden. But luckily I was able to buy this veggie flat right here to help fill in some of the holes. We did pretty good. Most of our plants survived, but we do have a few that didn't take, and we're gonna fill in with these here. And I think that'll do great. We also have a few seeds that we're gonna plant today as well. So follow along. You're at Gagne Farms. I'm Eric, and we're gonna start planting. I stopped at the store yesterday, and they had a whole bunch of veggies out, and they were selling them for half off. They're just trying to get rid of them. I couldn't pass up a whole tray like this. It was only $9. I'm not sure how much you guys pay for your veggie flats. I thought it was a pretty good deal, so I went ahead and bought just a flat's worth here. And we got some cabbage, we got some broccoli, we got a couple tomatoes, a few different peppers, and a couple kohlrabi. So we're gonna put this in the ground, kind of a hodgepodge little veggie tray here, but we're gonna eat on it nonetheless. So these here are some ghost peppers. I've already got some ghost peppers planted down here, and they've already done pretty well. Don't know why I bought it, but it looked like a good deal. So we're gonna put these ghost peppers in right here next to our reapers. And here I've got some red chilies. These are just red chili peppers. And I like to dehydrate these in the fall. And then we crush them up with a food processor and use it as red chili powder. They've already got flowers on them even, look at that. Some nice little flowering peppers. Here we have a Yum Yum mix. It is basically just a mini sweet bell pepper, but they're kind of smaller. We really like to eat these a lot during the summer. We're always buying green peppers at the store fresh and just eating them here. The kids love them, so I think you're gonna like these. Okay, that's it for the peppers. Let's get on to some other veggies. I'm gonna try a little experiment with this. I've got 12 broccoli plants here, and I've got the broccoli because the kids really like it and they eat broccoli all summer long. Our broccoli didn't germinate this year. I think I had some old seed. We got some new seed, and we did direct sow some broccoli right here in this bed, and it did germinate, so it's doing good. It's just gonna be, quite a ways behind. But this stuff being, already established, I'm gonna try something new. In this bed right here, I've not prepped this at all from last year. I'm actually just gonna leave it. I'm gonna pull a few weeds here that have grown up through the holes. And I just wanna do an experiment to see if there's any difference of the way I'm prepping beds, or if the way I prepped beds last year is just good enough. I probably will amend at some point with some fertilizer. But right now, I just kind of want to see what's going to happen here. We do have the other bed here that I did plant the seeds for the broccoli. That was amended just like I amend all the other beds. But this one here, we're going to do something just a little bit different. Kind of like to do that from time to time, just to kind of check myself, just to make sure that what I am doing in these other beds is the right way to go. Let's plant some broccoli. We got all of our broccoli in here. We got 12 beautiful broccoli plants. All right, let's move on. One of the other things I got in the veggie flat was some cabbage. So this is Ruby Perfection. I got 2 of those, and then I got one that's Blue Dynasty. So I know that cabbage gets pretty big. I'm gonna use this same bed. This was kind of my extra bed that I was gonna put anything extra that I had in it. So that's what I'm using it for. Since cabbage gets pretty big, I'm gonna put these right down the middle And then if I need to use a couple of the outside rows in between for something else, I will, but I don't think I'm going to. So we're gonna put these cabbage in right down the middle. I'll probably stagger them every couple holes or so. In a couple months, we're gonna eat some cabbage. Spacing worked out perfect here too. We got a whole row of cabbage now. Here I have some lemon boy tomatoes. They didn't have much in the way of tomatoes at the stand. This is pretty much about the best looking one they had. I think everybody else already got all the good tomatoes, but we're gonna put these in. Never had a lemon boy. If you guys have had one of these lemon boy tomatoes before, let me know down in the comments how you like them, what you use them in, and how you prepare them. If it's different than any other tomato. So in this row here, I've got these are all cherry tomatoes down here that we planted. The row behind me are all Romas. These are all Romas. So we're gonna put these 3 lemon boys in, and at the end of the year, I'll let you know if we like them or not. One other thing with tomatoes, you want to plant them as deep as you can because they will root all the way up the stem and it'll give it extra support during the growing season and gets more roots down there. So I plant them right up until the first leaf. Sometimes I even pinch a leaf or 2 off. These don't really have any, right on the bottom, so I'll probably just plant them as far up the stem as you can get. I'm also going to space these ones out just a little bit further than I usually do, just to see if it helps with yield. Last night we were able to harvest our radishes out of here. I did do a second planting and they did germinate. I'm gonna put a few more radishes on this end of the bed here, but I got 3 kohlrabi plants and I really love to eat these. Nobody else does, so I didn't see a reason to get a whole bunch of these. I just kind of like to snack on them. So we're gonna put these right in with the radishes at the end of this bed. So down here at the back of the garden, we do fight a low light issue back here. It's just too many trees at Gagne Farms to kind of get the direct sunlight on this end of the garden all day long. When the sun starts setting, we do get a little bit of sunlight back here. We might get 4 to 6 hours a day, maybe a little bit more when it's middle of summer. We did grow back here last year. I had zucchini in, and I think I had some squash in back here. We just don't get the yields back here that other people do when it's in direct sunlight, but that's fine. I was actually saving this end of the garden because I was thinking that we were gonna run out of space, and we actually did really good, and we didn't run out yet. So I'm gonna put spaghetti squash down here. I have mounds set up. It's hard to tell in the video, I understand. I have a row here. This is going to be mainly zucchini, and I do have a pumpkin down at the end that I'm going to put in. And then this was last year my overflow for Roma tomatoes. I put up another trellis and I had another flat that I ended up planting here. We got quite a bit extra tomatoes off of that last year. This year I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try to grow pickles. I have a hard time growing pickles back here. I usually get them from our friend down the road, and he is gracious enough to give us pretty much as many as we can handle. So between all the pickles that we get from our friends down the street and the couple that we'll get here, I think we'll have plenty of pickles for this fall. That's something that we eat a lot of all year long, is all these pickles. And we are absolutely in love with the pickles that we get from Roscoe down the street. They are fantastic. We're gonna start planting these seeds. So if we have any problem area in the garden at all, it's this very corner. And this is actually where we first started this garden many years ago. We had some dirt brought in, some black dirt, and we started with about a 10 by 20 area, and it has grown into what you see today. This end of the garden's really been hard to grow in, so I'm actually just gonna put a few pumpkins up here. Don't tell Candace, because she doesn't like me growing pumpkins in the garden because they take up too much space. But I'm gonna sneak a few in anyways. So here we're putting in our spaghetti squash, and I got these seeds here from True Leaf Market as well. They are just a winter squash, vegetable spaghetti squash. And we've had these before. They really do good. Candace really likes the spaghetti squash. She uses it in place of pasta, and the girls do too. It's a lot healthier for you, and it basically tastes the same. So we make our own spaghetti sauce, and we make our own vegetable spaghetti, and I tell you what, hands down, better than anything you can buy in a store. So with these, I make a small mound, and I kind of make a little divot in the middle, and I put about 5 seeds around, and just kind of push them in a little bit. Just push them in a little bit. Maybe put a little dirt on top, and leave it so that water can pool right there. I'll show you again right here. Little mound. Put about 5 seeds per. Just push them in a touch. Sprinkle a little dirt on top. Make sure you're mounded good. That's it. That's how easy these things are to plant. That's why I like to do them last, because it doesn't take very long. And I always try to get my seed starts in, my live plants in first, so then those are taken care of and I don't have to worry about them anymore. With the zucchini, we got Black Beauty zucchini from True Leaf Market as well, and I'm gonna do something different this year. I usually mound the zucchini just like I did the spaghetti squash. I have this whole bed right here. I'm probably not going to plant the whole bed with the zucchini, but I'm going to just go and plant some right down the middle and just push it in a little bit and see how that does rather than mounding. Typically you want to mound your soil in the spring when you're planting, when it's a little bit colder out, because that mounding almost makes a raised bed effect, and that ground heats up a little bit quicker and it helps germination. That's the reason for mounding. But we're into June already, and I want to get some of this in the ground, and I'm just going to try to plant some down the middle of the bed. We'll see what happens. I'll update you guys in a couple weeks and let you know how this worked. With our cucumbers, we got a Boston pickling cucumber. Now, when you guys go to make your pickles, you want to make sure you have a pickling cucumber and not a slicing cucumber. Makes a big difference between the quality of your pickles. We got these Boston pickling cucumbers that we got from True Leaf Market as well. We're going to put these on the side of the bed that faces the most sunlight. So we want to make sure with this bed we're planting on this side of the bed, not on the back side. And we're just going to space these out every 6 inches or so and punch them in the ground with our thumb. So I plant half this row with the Boston pickling cucumbers, and then I actually found a packet of muncher cucumbers. They are a pickling cucumber as well. These are from M.I. Gardner. I got them a couple years ago, and I want to get them in the ground. I don't want them to go old on me. So I'm going to plant half this row out with the muncher cucumbers. On the peas and bean bed, I'm going to start planting on the opposite side of the chicken wire. Well, this is going to be our second succession. They're doing really good. They're pretty much popped up. I wanted to give the back side of the row a little head start. The sun's coming from this side, so if that back side gets up a little bit higher than the front side, it'll do a little bit better. They'll kind of chase each other up the chicken wire. We're gonna go ahead and plant our beans and our peas on the other side of this bed. Candace planted this bed out. I'm not sure exactly what variety she put in the ground. So I'm going to put in the rest of the Wando peas. These are from Sustainable Seed Company as well. I'm gonna plant those out here, and I have a few different varieties if I run out of seeds. We also have a sugar snap pea here, so if I run out of the Wando, I'll put some sugar snaps in at the end. I've got a few pinto beans left, and we're gonna slam these in the front of this row. These are organic pinto beans from Sustainable Seed Company. So finally in this row, I'm planting some more garden beans, and this is just garden bean Kitchen King from Burpee. I had some leftover seeds. I just want to get them used up. Last year I used bush beans, and I actually saved the seeds, and that's what we had planted this year. That has germinated nicely, but I do want to get these seeds used up. I don't like storing seeds too late. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just that the germination rate goes down, and I like to get a good germination going. So we're going to pop these in down this row. I think we filled up most of the garden today. I got most of everything in. I do have a few onions that I need to transplant, but I need to find out a good spot for them. And it's kind of the heat of the day right now. I don't want to go and transplant those right away. We're going to do a full garden tour shortly. Right now it's not very entertaining because, you know, nothing's popped up. We're going to wait till everything pops up, germinates good. Then we're going to go through here and show you guys exactly how we're doing everything, how we're weeding, how we're watering. There's a whole process to watering this garden right here. And I know you guys have similar gardens like this, and I have a few tricks that I can show you guys how to get this thing watered. We have not had rain here in 2 weeks, and we have a next 7 days. There is no rain in the forecast at all. So we are watering every day out here by hand. That's what you have to do sometimes in Michigan. Sometimes it's real super cold and you can't get your plants in the ground. Sometimes it's super hot and you can get them in the ground and they don't do as well. That's what we deal with around here. Appreciate you guys following along. We got a few other videos coming up. We got some chickens to check. We got some bees to check on. And we got some stuff out back that we need to get taken care of as well. We're going to be showing you guys all that in the upcoming videos. So stick around and we'll catch you on the next one.